We have to leave the European Convention on Human Rights, and we have to have a very simple policy with the boats. It's basically what Australia did. And we can do it legally under existing legislation with political will. We have to have a simple policy of pick up, put them into border force boats, and take back to Calais and to Dunkirk. Pick up and take back. And we can do it under the 1974 Safety of Life at Sea Act. I'm one of the sad folk that's actually read the thing. I have to tell you, it's a pretty dry old read. But it's in there. That's what we have to do. The French will be a bit grumpy for a couple of weeks.
This 1974 Safety at Sea document seems to be being mentioned quite a few times by Mr Tice, so I looked through it. Now I confess I have not read every single word, but I've skimmed it twice, looking for things to do with picking up anybody in dinghies and where you're supposed to take them, and I have found nothing. Now this is the document itself. If you scroll down a little bit here, it says, here we go, International Convention for Safety of Life at Sea, 1974. So I think this is probably the one that he's referring to. I've asked him if perhaps I'm mistaken and I'm looking at the wrong article. I've had no reply. Okay, so let's have a look and see what we've got here. These are the countries who've signed up to it. And then there's various articles, laws and regulations, prior treaties. I'm not going to go through all of this with you because you will go to sleep. When it comes into force, languages, we'll get to the actual things here. Here it's defining what's a ship and what's a fishing vessel. Exemptions, inspection and safety. Now, reading through this is all, to as far as I can see, about if you're going to set up a ship or a shipping company, you've got to comply with all of these: the hull, the machinery, the equipment, the radio, the radar. All of these things have got to be up to scratch, otherwise you don't get a safety certificate. So most of it is what requirements an owner of a boat or ship or whatever you're going to call it has to do to be safe. So skim through, I mean, it goes through all kinds of things about what sizes, what the lengths of gangways and things here, a bit of mathematics. Scrolling my way through, I think we can agree there's probably nothing much about people in the channel on these pages. Ballast, where the machinery's got to go, double bottom boats, all about the structure and maintenance and looking after the boat itself. Sliding doors, a bit of a movie title there. Where the bulkheads have got to be. Now I'm only about 1/10 of the way through here. Construction, so we go whizzing through a few more, bit of maths went past then. Where you're going to put the emergency electrical power goes. Again, it's all for what's on the main boat, steering gear. Now it might be that I have skimmed over the chapter that's all about refugees in the channel, but I've asked Mr Tice, please can you show me, here's the document, please show me the bit that you're talking about. But I think even although the video may not be showing this very well, I think you'll be able to see that this is all about the sprinklers and the pressure tank, and I think that was smoke detectors, superstructure. Now I'll go to the slider down the right hand side of the screen here and go through a little bit faster. All technical details about the safety of the boat, the main boat. I've read bits and pieces. It tells you where your lifeboats have got to be, how many you've got to have. But I never found anything about if you come. There is a section on emergencies, and if you are required to go to an emergency, what you have to do. But this is when there are distress signals set out by bigger boats. Again, nothing at all. Well, there was something about an emergency lifeboat. Motor lifeboat shall have, yes, all these big boats have got to have one boat they can lower over the side with an engine in it so that they can get sorted out if there's a problem. Life jackets, buoyant apparatus, that said, watches, I think that is going on watch rather than wrist watches, radio telephones, maybe wrong, radios, technical requirements. We're about 3/4 of the way through, so I'll whiz through a few more bits and pieces. Signalling lamps, what you've got to have, stability requirements, exemption for certain voyages. Now maybe that's going to say something about tottering about in the channel is a special case, but no, nothing there. Mathematics and physics there are probably about stability. Really don't know what all this is about, but it's not about picking up refugees. We're getting about 90% of the way through. What materials things have got to be made of. I suggest that there is overstowing. You mustn't overload your boat. Let's have another quick glimpse through here. Oh, this is now people signing it, and various countries who agree to this, and I suppose have got to make declarations and so on. So we get all the way down to the bottom and the end. Nothing seen about picking up refugees.
And to Dunkirk. Pick up and take back. And we can do it under the 1974 Safety of Life at Sea Act.
So I'd like to ask Mr Tice, please can you put me straight here? I may be barking up the wrong tree. Was I looking at the correct document that you have cited? And if so, please can you show me the bit that I've missed, which relates to how we can legally pick up migrants in the sea, in the Channel, and take them back to France.